saw it when I looked at Chan's shirt. You have to tell us what your biggest pivot in life has been. What's that one moment that you can point to and say, this either changed me, this affected me, this moved me in a certain way?
Oh yeah, it's easy. There's two pivots. I have sick basketball moves. I'm pivoting twice.
Hawk said you taught him using Allen Iverson.
I did. I've always used basketball terms because I think people, the terms like a crossover, you make someone crossover and they naturally get in a release pattern. I use drop step too. January 4th, 2016, when I stopped drinking. That has been monumental. Again, things were happening in life and I wanted to dictate the terms. And I recognized, I had alcohol every day, but I realized that I was not addressing problems and running from them and hurting my wife at the time, so I stopped. And then when I stopped doing that, that control made me focus on doing my job and only my job. And that's when I started getting promoted. That's when it finally took off. And then October 2nd, 2020, when my daughter was born. So we'd been married for 5 or 6 years, been together for a while, and we didn't think it was in the cards. We couldn't get pregnant. We did fertility testing on both sides. And then push come to shove, is actually Kyle Shanahan's wife, Mandy Shanahan, was with my wife one day where I was at work, and she keeled over and threw up from menstruation pain. And Mandy was like, "What is wrong with you?" And she's like, "Oh no, this just happens once in a while." And Mandy was like, "That is not right." They went to see this specialist. I was making enough money at the time. I was running game coordinator, so I could afford an exploratory surgery. Turns out she had endometriosis. Got that cleared out. Then the day before we left for the Super Bowl, San Fran against Kansas City, wasn't even thinking, had gone through the whole thing. And it was a big deal to me because, I wanted to be a dad. I had a lot of a bone to pick in my life about to rectify that. And it wasn't in the cards. And all of a sudden, randomly, oh, she's pregnant. What? And I tell you what, everything that people say about fatherhood and being a parent, yeah, I get it. And it doesn't even do it justice. I mean, it's been the most fulfilling, cool, daily thing. It doesn't even do it justice. It is everything to me. That girl, new words, her moods, the things that they say some crazy stuff, so innocent. I just hadn't been around it. I didn't have any siblings. These little kids are so happy with just what it is. Mm-hmm. And how do we lose that in our journey? We shouldn't, but we should gain that back when we witness that, because it's just the beauty of a human being with no scars. Mm-hmm. When the world, it's okay for it just to be mom and dad, that they don't need it to be bigger. All of the insecurities and all of the things that come as we grow, it's just pure. And it's so, so beautiful. I'm gonna be a psychopath. First of all, my wallet already has a hole in it. Second of all, these dudes that are trying to date her in her teenage years, man, you better believe I'm gonna have the most goonie of goons on our football team. Show up in a wife beater and flex on somebody.